off your mind, it's okay. She off your mind, like me.
Chai! Now wow, people wey supposed talk truth to power don't off mind. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. He go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Can in the touchlight every corner, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power. Over naira, see them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not they off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Poor man picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come. Maiyegun la wa mo, la mo do do do.
Good evening to you. Good morning to you. Good afternoon to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Maiyegun Live.
Maiyegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ará lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube.
So I'm trying to fix something. Share the broadcast. Invite your friends. Invite your not so friendly friends. Out there, Maiyegun today.
My people, my people. Ọgbọ́n mi yẹn mẹ́ta. Káàkiri mazimbe náà o nkẹ́wọ́. Makari ma gwọ́dọ̀ ṣáàmù dike na mba ká mọ̀ ibẹ̀. Ọ̀nà ndị agbụrụ ji agba lọsọ.
Hope is hopeless.
Okay, ma jọ na ajụ.
Hope is hopeless.
Onye win election kwa ọ na-agarị na-eme ignorance na-eme njọ. Onye win election na-ezo ezo. Ngwa hope ya pụta.
Hope is hopeless. Hope is hopeless. Hope is hopeless.
Mmadụ na ya pụta. Because hope is hopeless.
Hope is hopeless. Echefuola eche.
Today, ihe na-ewute mbụ kamgbe 3 days ka a na-shift governorship primaries from Saturday to Sunday, Sunday to Monday, Monday to Tuesday. And thousands of people, over 500,000 people, 500,000 they queue in all our wards. Njoki Drwine, Njinna, Gahana Kuna line, they check Hanwake, Tironi Hacha. Benji Hagarawata, na line Ugumba, which was in the Shinga, Concord Hotel. Their own. their own mother book and mother. Ha bro maka na agbo ga na mbito ba moto President Muhammad Buhari oko. Ba moto atoku. And the Ghana Abuja has had the popular. But where is popular? Popular here now. and I made popular in Abuja. This is the ground. We gave people where get up. Now here I begin to tell them, say, nothing mega. Nothing mega. And you see, it's India Wednesday, Bawaso. Ta, in your chimney. By 5 o'clock, a decree said, Chairman of Bear Conductor Primary, and I just say, yeah, the bonbons. And I try to work for this trade. I saw Garebe and here that works. Umoko actually, I work first. She first, well, I had a I am not going. Manama, when Madden, I chum Madacona, Chiga, and Choma. I am an election called yesterday. Engaging support or in most of the local government. I propose an attack to women election as a message. Out of 12 member committee, 8 members, no, my secretary. How was the result sheet? We collect the result came yesterday. Ugumbu was in 455,000 votes. Hope were 9,000. Madam 5,000. HS 600 and something votes.
Jam results.
So F9. And they may declare one of the budget may declare. Into secretary and members of the committee. And India will share them. This should go outside. Landis over Bandits. There may I will know on a Honan. So now, Ugumbo Chenwosu is the APC candidate. Hour, the Soga walk. How to be had a young pressure, which wants to know. This is my happening Senate. So, I'm happy now I should enjoy land. I'm happy not to commit to this party. I said to go a new movement. I was because of Kesuloju. Like when I go vote protection unit. VPU. All the youths, all of you must get involved. But it is a new map at Chorogan. So, it's again. Because India I got one loser, I got half. I got 200. And hope Uzordima is a wanted person. Court has declared him a wanted person. So everyone now hope one only police officer give them. All our boys now So, and I'll go home. Okay, for students, the federal house, House of Assembly. I get me time check. Oh, when rescue mission, when I do because you know, I won't even no child. We make mistake. I do my children can make commission. I got one actually work on child. India has your tash boy. Abam has here on a honor. I can't buy the came when one can I share can I actually Yagala. Ask him to help you. I can queer. I have queer. So on get sick. I want to thank you, my youths. For 3 days you have shown me love. Come on, Master. Oh, not personally. My current person will make book here. May your person. So I'm not over flyer. Maga Chona. What the hell about? My paper. Where is the hair? Because it was your getting my car. I love you. So, you get $1 million out of work. Yeah, how?
Thank you so much. I'm sorry if that took longer than you would want to listen to. Tonight, I'm going to be kind of telling stories, but there is a reason for my storytelling tonight, because I have tried to see how I can present this to all my listeners tonight, and we'll still be able to hit the right chord in you, something that will hit your subconscious mind and wake up your consciousness. Pay attention. So I'm sorry if I keep telling stories, because most of them are stories, you know. Some of them you've forgotten. I'm going to link them up. And tonight, I will remind you the origin and the people behind unknown gunmen in eastern Nigeria. And I will say this with references. You can go out there and cross-check. I will be so glad if you can counter that with facts, because I'm not going to use assumption now. Okay? Unknown gunmen started from no other place than Imo State. And the genesis of that is the video you just watched. The crisis started when Okorocha, as the then governor, the godfather, somebody said, how is that with IPOB? I told you, don't be in a rush. It's going to be a storytelling night. The most interesting thing about it is that you are going to take a lot away from this. It started from these guys, from APC, Egbekegbe. One of the things after Okorocha crossed over to APC and then gave his full backing using the Imo State resources to back APC in his own right to bring Buhari in. Somehow, there's one single beneficiary too. His name is Hopeless Uzordima, a known 419er, for those who knows him very well. In fact, courts declared him wanted for fraud. I'm talking about something we probably will touch later. However, he found an abode, a solace with APC. He found solace in APC, a protection of sorts, and therefore their road crossed criminals. He became a member of APC. In fact, I think he became a senator too. Then Okorocha was done after being an emperor for 8 solid years, where people believed that he lorded over them like Imo State was his own fiefdom, his own little kingdom. So everyone is waiting to take it their own pound of flesh. Okorocha was waiting to entrench his own legacy of fraud, family hegemony that seems to be so alien to an average Igbo man anyway. But however, they despise him. But he's the one in charge. They had to play along. He wanted to make his own son-in-law, who happened to be his chief of staff, Uche Unwosu. He wanted to make him to succeed him. Now, that was what brought the internal rancor, wahala. Hopeless Uzordima, for some unknown explanation, so to say, just got a good deal in Abuja. Because some said, by the way, I have to say, right? Some said what Okorocha promised Buhari's Fulani's government, he didn't give it. Because according to them, Okorocha himself felt like it is so ridiculous to give the lands, that little land in Igbo land, in Imo State, to some Fulanis from God knows where that Buhari wants to give land to. They are all aware about the Fulanization, blah, 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 nization that you heard of earlier. They were all into it. But he didn't play his part. And I think from what people said, they said, Uzordima went straight to those who are in charge of Buhari and said, if you make me a PC candidate, if you make me governor of Imo State, yeah, I will give everything Okorocha couldn't give. Somehow, it worked. Okorocha that was controlling the party, he was the one who took his own members from Abga, Ojuku's party, Abga, took them to APC. Now, they turned against him somehow. He couldn't deliver because Abuja said it's going to be somebody else, somebody who came fourth in their primary elections. Now, while they were ruggeding that, doing all of that, doing eye service with Buhari and all of that, another party took charge. Or let me say the voters in Imo State choose another party, PDP. But miraculously, like joke, the Supreme Court just announced Hopeless Uzordima, who never participated in the election. He was declared the winner. That was the beginning of what you are now witnessing or seeing, the horror, the insecurity, the incessant kidnapping of innocent people, framing people up, the murderous campaign in different communities in Igbo land. That was the gateway to that. In fact, from what I was told, they said one of the promise made by Hopeless Uzordima was that the Nnamdi Kano that has been eluding Buhari for a long time, he will be willing, if he's given that executive power, he will be willing to track him down and get him for Buhari. This is unconfirmed though. Don't take my word for it. So some said now gossip. But you see, I told you, I'll tell you stories. You link them up as you like. Hope became the governor. The old drama started with Okorocha's family. Then, at least, the insecurity in Eastern Nigeria was just an imagination, not like what you have now. Nnamdi Kanu was still firing. IPOB members are taking caution. People are being careful, but the whole thing was still going on as it should. So while Hope was dealing with Okorocha family, and I think it was February this year, for some of you probably will likely still remember or not, when Hope Uzordima went after all the properties, allegedly, should I even use allegedly, the properties stolen by Okorocha, used the resources of Imo people to acquire for himself choice properties, hotels, schools, mansions, including properties of government that even after stealing that money for so long, they left the government house, they even looted the governor's house. TV, furniture, drawers, utensils, knives, spoons, everything. They packed everything. We saw the video, by the way, when Hedioa was governor before Hopeless Uzordima came. Yeah. So February this year, this happened. It's a reminder we still get a long way to go tonight. Not just that. There was this as well, for those who probably will remember too.
Can you well in 2001? You know that? I'm the one. I tell fair. You know. No, you know now. Yeah, you know. Yeah, 53. I'm 56. I'm 50.
Whatever you're doing,
I'm the one that can you. I can you well. I can you well at tell fair. You know.
Let's stop that nonsense.
We do nonsense. Don't start doing
Who are you?
Who are you? Don't you know you're the man. In 2001, I go on.
You pay for it. Stop.
So that was the start. This was February 2021. 2 months after the launch of Eastern Security Network, ESN, by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, with one singular mandate to protect the people of the rural communities of different parts of Igbo land. a noble cause, a noble idea that if these politicians were to actually love their people, as you would expect, yeah, should have been supported, upgraded, financed, and used that as a buffer to what will become the state police in eastern Nigeria. 2 months after that, they were still going after Okorocha. Then from April, like joke, unknown gunmen started in eastern Nigeria, precisely from Imo State. Unknown gunmen. What do you mean unknown gunmen? How can gunmen, criminals unknown? Where are they coming from? Like play. They just dropped a bombshell. Oh, unknown gunmen broke into Owerri prison, federal prison. Oh. How? Since they have been unknown, how come your headlines, your newspaper, your media are now reporting it as IPOB, ESN broke into Owerri prison? Because there is a reason why and where they were going with that. You have to set a pace, something that will trigger reactions in a way that after planting doubt in the people's mind, you need to follow it up with some actions, no matter how ridiculously planned they are. Unknown gunmen broke into Owerri prison. I was looking at all the news. I was reading everywhere to actually understand the media to give us the picture. How did they break into Owerri federal prison? Then it didn't make any sense. Within 4 hours, the police IG then announced and he said, IPOB broke into. I was like, and like fire. Hey, this, that. It doesn't make any sense. So look at it this way. The governor's house, where the governor lives with his family, is just about a 5 minutes walk from the federal prison. The police headquarters of Imo State, yeah, is just about a 5-7 minutes walk from the federal prison. The Nigeria military post in another town next to Owerri is just about 20 minutes drive. Then unknown gunmen, which is them, right? Unknown gunmen came in, used ours, and they broke the gates, and nothing happened to all the warders and what do you call it, the security men in the prison. Nothing happened to them. They broke in, they broke everybody out. Before everybody left the scene, they did their service and praise and worship song. 4 solid hours, no response, not from the wardens, not from the neighbors, not from anybody hearing the banging. They said they used dynamite to break open the gates of the prison. It doesn't make any sense. Meanwhile, just 2 weeks before then, before this Owerri prison, the Nigerian military were doing campaign in Olu because there are so many IPOB members there. Let me tell you something. No matter what they make you believe, from wherever you are watching me from right now, yeah? IPOB, the full meaning of IPOB is Indigenous People of Biafra, the owners of the land. They are people. Therefore, they exist. They are not criminals, right? They meet. They know themselves. They know those who actually takes it to heart and put up these memorabilia. IPOB, I'm IPOB member. Mazi Nnamdi Kano is my leader. This and that. They know where they are many. They have the largest number. They have where they don't have very much numbers of those. They have all of, because they are normal everyday people. Drivers, Okada rider, spare part seller, food seller, estate agent, doctors, nurses, even policemen, members of IPOB in their different communities. It was like normal thing. The ideology of Biafra. But they projected them so terribly bad that some of you were waiting for something. Show us something. How bad? Tell us how bad they are. Tell us why we should be scared. So they staged a prison break. That doesn't make any sense. By then, they've already declared them a terrorist organization, which means They needed the cooperation of all the military in Imo State that night, that morning. They needed the cooperation of all the police in Owerri that morning, including the security protecting the governor in his house, for them to be able to spend 5 solid hours breaking into prison, federal prison, Buhari prison. So it didn't make any sense. People started thinking that, okay. But what we didn't know then was they were setting all those things up. Even though a few hours after that, Uzordima came out and he said, no, this was not done by IPOB because it didn't make any sense to blame IPOB. We know them. They won't even come to Owerri. Without, they would not stop at, if they could break into Owerri prison and nobody responded, that means they could break into governor's office, governor's house that night. And they could kill Uzordima inside the house, kill his family, kill everybody. Is that not what they are telling us? Since they realized that it didn't make any sense. So they changed it. So they said they are investigating. But guess what? They were picking up innocent people all over Imo State, accusing them of the criminal. So we didn't know. Well, I knew they were setting the step. They are putting on the steps that we then justify any brutal action they take. Killings, kidnapping, for whatever it is, they can then justify. You say, we are doing it. Look at them. Look at IPOB. And I remember I said, when this unknown gunmen started, I said, please, guys, some of you are already celebrating that on social media. Unknown gunmen. Thank you, unknown men. Thank you, unknown gunmen. Thank you for dealing with unknown gunmen kill 4 soldiers at a roadblock. Hey, thank you, unknown gunmen. Oh, these people have been killing our people. Hey, I said, please don't. Pay attention. These are venomous, murderous people. Blood of innocent people doesn't really come to them. It's like the old USSR when the likes of America, the likes of the UK, the likes of the rest of the world, kind of weigh the pros and cons of their soldiers getting killed in a campaign. Right? They weigh the options. They say, oh, we're going to lose about 40,000 soldiers. Is it worth it? Is it worth the risk? But back in the USSR, when Stalin was in charge, he didn't care about the numbers. He was like, even if he has to, get his way, sacrificing 200,000 of their own soldiers, of their own policemen, to get that, whatever he wanted to get. Stalin, policemen, all of you are just numbers to them. That is exactly what's just same way politicians sees all of you. They call us ordinary Nigerians because my second name is not Obasanjo or Buhari or Tifnumbu or any of all those crooked names, right? They call me ordinary Nigerians. So if I am going on now on the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway and the tanker spill its content, and then that catches a fire, and the convoy of us who are in that traffic got consumed and burnt down, they will say over 300 people killed in the Lagos-Ibadan petrol tanker inferno. I'm just going to be a statistic. If any politician is also killed in that, they will say, Senator Bandaku also died. But they say Senator Bandaku and 256 others. Somebody like me will be like the others. That's exactly what these guys are doing in Eastern Nigeria. Don't celebrate them. They can kill their own soldiers. They can kill their own policemen. They send their criminals there. Criminals that can also be killed by those soldiers. Whatever that would be, they are setting a space. They are setting something up. And good enough, some people indeed started pulling back. They started telling others, don't celebrate it. Unknown gunmen killed Gulag. Who is unknown gunmen? These guys killed Gulag. Gulag, the former PDP scribe who joined the APC, and he became their own primary chairman, primary election committee. They killed him. They said unknown gunmen killed him. And they went back to northern Nigeria to tell the people in northern Nigeria that IPOB has killed Gulag. It was all deliberate. It was all deliberate so that when they finally kidnap Nnamdi Kanu, finally, they can say, why are you kidnapping him? They will say, haven't you seen all the policemen, soldiers that are being killed in eastern Nigeria? It was him telling them to kill them. Do you get that now? The process was ongoing. Some of you were playing along unknowingly until it was too late. That's what I'm telling some of you right now. When I tell you to stop your infighting, when I tell you to stop your pulling down, pull this down and down, you may not understand it now. But in the next couple of weeks or months, many of you will come to say, oh, it's true. We should have stopped. Even though we are not happy with the way this movement is being handled. But we shouldn't have been so hard on ourselves the way we did in 2021. You're going to come to that reality. Don't worry. So they were setting pace for something to justify why they kill people, innocent people, they make them disappear, and including why they are holding Nnamdi Kanu. Now that they even have him, it's so difficult for them to even link him to all of these atrocities. Because Okorocha says, make una not look too long. The last stage of the whole setup is getting on. Immediately, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped. Devu Umayi of Ebonyi collected 10 billion naira for Ruga. Provide land, create the land, build it for us. We are bringing the Fulanis in. Uzordima collected nearly 10 billion naira as well. $150 million. It's out there. Garube, you know, what is his name? Do you know Garbage Shehu? Buhari's presidency. You know, you remember that time, every time they respond to anything, they will say, presidency said, and I call them presidency, by the way. The one that is presidency is Garbage Shehu. His own deputy, vice, is Femi Okonuadeshino. So when they say presidency says, that's Femi, Garbage Shehu said, plus Uzordima don't collect 150 million. Devuluma, you don't collect 150 million. Convert them to Naira, that's nearly 10 billion. They all traded on the blood of Biafrans to satisfy a murderer, Buhari, that even in his own region, 19 states from northern Nigeria, no single one of them has built a single Ruga. But guess what? They have already invested, right, more than 100 billion into this Ruga project. Many of your governors don't collect money. But let me confess, there is yet to be a Yoruba governor that collected money for Ruga so far. No single one. Maybe I'm not up to date yet. I can tell you, 2 governors has collected it, and the 2 governors are Devulumayi and Uzordima. That's the second phase. The third phase, which I believe they are up to now, is to now make it make sense in a different way and say, oh, Okorocha family, they have been the ones buying weapons for IPOB that are now causing the insecurity in eastern Nigeria. That is why on a Sunday, is that not Boxing Day? Sunday, the Nigerian policemen, they decided to go after Okorocha's son-in-law, Uche Nwosu. I don't know if you are following. Are you following this? Maiyegun, where are you going? I'm still going far. If you are not in a hurry, do you understand to where I got to so far? I know you did. Thank you. Now, this is the next phase. How do we link the because this is what Uzordima just said just about a few days ago. He said in January, on the 9th of January, he is going to name those who are behind unknown gunmen, the insecurity in Imo State and eastern Nigeria. In order to set that in motion, What did they do? They needed to show you those who are sponsoring them. They decided, according to them, to go and invite Uche Nwosu. My brothers and sisters, tell me. Now like this, that they invite people for your yab.
Where are they shooting? Jesus! Who can see how they are treating the women? Jesus! They have kidnapped Ugumbu. They have kidnapped Ugumbu. Plate number Abia UMA 110AA. They have kidnapped Ugumba, put Ugumbi in the car boot. Jesus! Ugumbu was just been kidnapped. Oh my God! They have kidnapped Ugumbu. They have kidnapped Ugumbu. Wow! They let them down. He lost. Who are those people? Who are those people? Go ahead. Wait. They just kidnapped Ugumbu. Who are they? What are you waiting for? Who are those people? Who are they? Who are they? Who are those people? They just kidnapped Ugumbu. Who are they? Who are they? Let them down. Those are gunshots. Let them down. Who are they? Blood of Jesus. Inside the church. Inside the church. Let them down. They said they have a Jesus. I'm not watching.
So, if you ask some, they will say it is just the continuation of their political rivalry. No, it's more than that. That's something that you probably want to believe. And that is why when some things happen, you feel surprised. Hey, how did that? Hey, I didn't know. You see, Nigeria is a rogue place, especially under these APC guys, okay? Nigeria is a lawless place. Those who are in government, most of them criminals, right? They are the ones to tell who is a criminal according to them and who is not. They can tell you, they can set you up and say, you are a criminal. In fact, what I'm doing right now is a crime. Do you understand that now? And in their law, which is unwritten, yeah, I am already guilty, whatever I want to say. Until they say I am not guilty. Oh, we are forgiving him. Okay, release the boy, making the goal. We just showed him now that we are the father. You know what I mean? That is what Nigeria is. But that is the stage they are setting now. Okorocha, the man, my governor, he was the first to react. Action, not today anymore. The same injustice that they have normalized around Biafra land. We have been talking about the killings. We have been talking about a lot, yeah? It was Okorocha that first reacted. But there is also a text from Okorocha, and that is about Uche Nwosu's arrest and what Uzordima is all about. Said, in that press release, said, Uzordima is behind unknown gunmen. That's Okorocha said. It appears to me as though the mystery behind unknown gunmen has been unraveled by recent happenings. They get instructions, according to he said they get instructions from the government led by Uzordima and his CSO, Chaba, to go and arrest people, lock them up at will, and sometimes the whereabouts of these people are unknown. Sometimes it said something is now unraveled. That is the good news about this. He said, all the people that were hired to kill our people, we have started picking all of them. Bragging. As of now, we have picked 18 suspects. Some of them have confessed, those who are paying them. So we have gotten to the bank account. So we have gotten the bank account from where they have been transferring money to them. And we have the evidence. When I will address Imo stakeholders on July 3rd, I will call their names. That's Uzordima. That's Hope. Sorry, that's Hope. So Okorocha insisted that with the latest development, it shouldn't be hard for people to trace the, well, it's not hard for me, but we know it's them, as they are unleashing the terror on their own people. But Uche Nwosu also came back and he has something to say about his experience with the police, if you would love to hear this. That's all right. Okay. There's still a part there where it was talking. I think we're just going to skip that. However, for everyone listening tonight, there are some aspects of this conversation you should please pay attention to. The brain behind the insecurity in Eastern Nigeria can be narrowed down to the political criminals who want to prove for whatever demon in the world in them by sacrificing the blood of innocent people as much as possible, including lives of kings. Now, this whole thing is multifaceted now. Just like you have them in northern Nigeria. The terrorists sponsored by government, as much as you can tell, as they are being backed by that same government, protected from prosecution by the same government. Then they send the soldiers to go after them. But the difference in eastern Nigeria is that the criminals that they called unknown gunmen, which include the secret police that work with the governor himself, we have it on record. Those who have been to the torture houses opened up in Owerri, in Imo State, where those they considered as a threat, politically, so to say, a threat, have been taken to tortured. Some of them never make it back. But for those who made it back, many of them have told us that the people who actually picked them, kidnapped them, accused them of a crime they didn't commit, took them to the torture houses, tortured them to confess to crimes they didn't commit. They are in fact no other people than their fellow Igbo brothers and sisters in uniform, working for the same Igbo governor, Supreme Court governor, they'll say. For those who have survived the trauma, well, for those who have passed through the trauma of what came to be after the miraculous emergence of Oba of Oshodi, what they are doing in Imo State, what they are doing across Igbo land, what they are attempting to do to us in Yoruba land, what they are doing in northern Nigeria is no other thing than cleansing, ethnic cleansing, genocide of tribal indigenous people using different forms. And the people you found on the table doing that, they are no other people than your people, my people. They speak the same language like you. They speak the same language like me. It will take me a hell of a time to believe that those who orchestrated, those who worked towards, and those who ensured that Oloye Sunday Igboho's life was attempted on, he became somebody, he became a wanted man, even though he did nothing, and then he became a prisoner in another country for doing nothing, right? It would take a hell of a time to convince me that it was done wholly by Buhari or by any other tribe you want to blame it on. Same thing I'm telling you right now. Some of you know this, you would tell me, but some of you don't know the gravity of it. You see, what they have done is called a serious human, what do you call it? There's a name for it. There's actually a name for it in this United Nations Gazette. They have a name for it. Please help me. Crime against humanity. I think it's bigger than that. War crime. I think it's kind of a bit flexible than that. But whatever it is a serious mass killing going on, mass disappearances, and the people behind it are no other than these characters I've just shared with you. And you can also trace how they got Mazi Nnamdi Kanu kidnapped. And if you have been saying people have been paid, this one have been paid, many of you haven't really given us evidence of people who collected money from Buhari because of Nnamdi Kanu. But I am giving you one now, and there is evidence out there. You can try. Well, you can't really prove me wrong on that. Okay? Imo State collected $150 million for Ruga. That is why the people of Izombe community were massacred by the Nigerian military after the people protested against taking over their land for Ruga. Thousands of hectares of land have been allocated for Ruga in Izombe. The people now came out to placard, they protested on the road. The news media got that. A week or so after that, Nigerian military moved down there Guess what? They were looking for IPOB members. According to them, the women, the children, the aged who came out to protest against siting Ruga on their land, in their community, they were tagged IPOB members by the Nigerian military. And more than 80 people were killed in a 3 days campaign, to the point that even when Hope Uzordima got there, real or fake, he cried. He had to start apologizing to the people. He never believed the soldiers would do so much damages to the people of Izombe. But guess what? They've managed to bury that. So if you are looking for those who collected money, because it was after they kidnapped Nnamdi Kanu that they paid him that money. It was after they kidnapped Nnamdi Kanu that they paid Devumayi. And have you noticed that these two have been the outstanding two that are always doing everything to prove to you that Nnamdi Kanu has no say in their states? They have always been the ones. They have always been the ones sending out mass arrest of people they suspected to be supporters of Nnamdi Kanu or IPOB members. These are the people who collected money. That's why I said, stop tearing yourselves apart. You may not like the style the people who are doing this are doing. God bless you. Genocide. That's the word I was looking for. Genocide. Genocide. Mass killing. So if you are looking for those who got paid for kidnapping Nnamdi Kanu and for keeping him there with their DSS and what have you, I just gave you two with fact, with evidence, and they are doing the job. It was also the Ebonyi and Imo that decided to relaunch Ebubeagu for the 3rd time in 1 year, just because they want to prove to Buhari that no, we have people here. We don't worry, all this IPOB. He will come on tape, on camera, and he will spend hours responding to what he believed the IPOB said, threatening this and that, hunting people down. And as usual, they need to up the attacks. As long as people are being attacked, especially police and all of that, killed and the rest, they can continue to tell Buhari that that's enough to call IPOB terrorist organization, even when no crime can be linked to them. Don't take glory. Don't make threats that you can't really follow up. That's one thing I like. I said, Nnamdi Kanu said, if they come for us, we will defend ourselves. We will protect ourselves. That is a provable, a provable threat. When you say, if you think you can just come in and run us over, we will fight. When he said it, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? He asked the Biafrans to volunteer. They volunteered in thousands. And the ESN was created. That means he spoke about it. Then he did it. Don't be one of those that make empty threats on social media that won't really follow it up. Somebody said the Yorubas think it's going to be diplomacy, talking, protest that will give them Yoruba nation. They are not getting ready for war. I'm like, how convenient. And let me tell you something. It's so convenient for people to tell you, we need to fight war, we need to fight war. But by the time you begin to break it down for them and say, what do you think, or who do you think will fund the war? Or do you think God is going to fight it for us? Then they begin to say, that's what they do. Nnamdi Kanu did not declare war because he knows that the Biafrans or any part of Nigeria has no capacity to fight the federal government of Nigeria that controls all your weaponry. That is a fact. Somebody once told me, he said, you know why I don't like, the reason why I don't like this DOS and the people in charge of IPOB, they refuse to they refuse to work with the Ambazonians. And I'm like, what kind of work are they going to do with the Ambazonians other than the same cooperation that whatever they are sharing in between themselves? How can you even use Ambazonia? to Biafra if some of you have not really reduced yourselves to fantasies. You get what I mean? Fantasies. What is going on in southern Cameroon? Nobody will wish that to happen to anybody in Biafra land. I bet. But again, it would have to be those who are ready to walk the talk. Nnamdi Kanu said, we will defend ourselves. Then he put boots on ground, which now triggered those who enjoy genocide, so to say. You know what I'm talking about? Their style may not really kind of move with you. The kidnapping of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a setback. Same thing with us in Yoruba land. And when you talk to people, they will say, oh, we are working diplomatically and what have you. Indeed, people are doing something. But you are dealing with a devilish system that has always been like that. So if you want to fight war with Nigeria, you must please try and watch some of the Biafran war videos. Some of them are out there. If you can't see them in bulk, watch some of this other World War II. That's so close to when the Nigerian Biafra war happened. So the point I'm trying to make is that people who want to make a threat of war should also be willing to walk the talk. Don't wait for somebody to do it on your behalf. Maybe that is too much to ask. But in this case, we have the setback. And the only strength you have to push forward is to ensure that the flock are not completely scattered. And that's why I said, if you have any effort to put towards anything, put that effort towards neutralizing those who are actually cashing in on this. Your division will make any difference, so to say. Alafia Anima Ojora Elizabeth. Thank you, ma. There are criminals, wolves in sheep clothing, and they are not Fulani. They are not Hausas. In fact, if it was left for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, he has the antidote to deal with ravaging Fulani terrorists. He made the threat, he walked the talk. And that triggered them to this point. Some said we should have taken it further and just declare Biafra. I think you should watch those videos I told you about. You don't make a threat if you are not ready to pull it off. You don't point a gun if you are not ready to fire it. Those are the simple rules that I've possibly learned in the event of things. And I bet even Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that turned his own mouth, his own voice into the weapon of mass destruction, he never declared war on Nigeria. They asked him, would you be willing to go to war with Nigeria if Biafra is not given to you? He said, no, why? Why should we fight war? Nobody will want to fight anyone and push our people into any kind of unnecessary debt. I won't threaten Nigeria with war. I'm asking Nigeria to listen to the plight of the Biafrans and give us what we want, which is give us a referendum. That's some peaceful request. So if you want to make any position after that, you should be able to walk it. It's an advice. Not everybody will take it. All right. So the point is made. We know those who started and then are currently amplifying the insecurity in Eastern Nigeria. And if efforts should be put into anything at all, it should come from those who love Igbo land. To call the spade before hopeless Uzordima will become the vampire that they have groomed him to be. You can see it is contagious. It is spreading like wildfire. What you've never witnessed before in Eastern Nigeria, even when they militarize your region. when they put all the roadblocks everywhere. Yeah? You were never hunted down as criminals until now. It is what makes them strong. Spread the fear. Spread the fear, create confusion, and get them totally divided. If you know all of this, you will hold your brother, you will hold your sister, because you're going to need each other. You're going to need one another. All of us are going to need each other at some point when we begin to identify the real threats. I have told my people, some of them know. They said, Maiyegun, if we don't deal with the criminals who are claiming to be representing the Yorubas in Yoruba land, we will never, ever be able to take Yoruba out of Nigeria the way we would want to. They are the real ones that are making the block or the blockade. So if there's anywhere to channel your energy, friends, please take a look at what I just told you. A young man who happened to be a Buhari idiot, yeah, recently, according to, where's my Twitter? So according to this news, this guy is one of those Buhari idiots that will tell you that no matter what is going on, no matter how bad Nigeria has become, Buhari must continue. Buhari is doing well. Let's see. I think I found it. I'm trying to see if I can get his face on. It's not that his face really matters, right? But his story does matter. In fact, it's an interesting one. A sad, mixed feeling, right? The guy's name is Sirajo Sahidu. I think it's ideal if I bring up his image for everyone to see. Give me a sec. So my friends who are watching on YouTube, for those who turned up again tonight, you can take a moment, right? Like that video. Like this video. Then share it if you haven't already, okay? I'm going to be back in a moment or two. Don't go anywhere.
Onyedu Icon, Omeri Wonindizu, Woniya, Abakare, Mama Daora, Unapuri Meri Nandi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2, now Python dance 3. Unapuri Meri Nandi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2. Na Python dance the 3. Unapuri meri nande go onyedu aimo. O meri wonizu mbiroya. Abakare mamanda ora. Unapuri meri nande win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2. Now Python dance the 3. Unapoli meri Nandi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2. Now Python dance the 3. Unapoli meri Nandi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2. Now Python dance the 3. Unapoli meri Nandi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2. Now Python dance the 3. Unapoli meri Nandi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2. Now Python dance the 3. Unapoli meri Nandi.
Yes. So this popular Buhari supporter, his name is Sirajo Sahidu from Kano State. One of those, let me see if I can, there's a part I said, where is that? One sec. The bandits, finally, the Nigeria happened to the Buhari idiots. And like I said, I've told many people many times, I said, if you pretend that this is not happening, don't worry. When Nigeria happened to you, I can always use your story to warn others too. Every day that Buhari's government spends in that place is just a disaster waiting to happen to many, many of you. Surajo, where's that his face again? It writes. So you've seen his face, right? That's Surajo. Surajo said, even if the insecurity in Nigeria gets worse, right? He said they will stay with Baba Buhari. So first, he raised the alarm. He said they have kidnapped his 5 brothers. 5 brothers. Now, 5 in a family. The guy came on Facebook, said all the 5. Okay, let's start with this. Said on the 12th of December, right? They kidnapped 20 people in Sokoto, the area called Wurno, local government area in Sokoto, right? So Saidu came onto Facebook and he said, all the 5 men taken in our house are my brothers. The bandits didn't kill anyone in our community, but they took many people in that operation alone. We are waiting for them, bandits, to call for the ransom. Please include my brothers and other victims in your prayers on Facebook. Then 2 days after, like I said, the terrorists have contacted them. So he came back onto Facebook and he said, today, being Wednesday, 29th of, okay, wait, it's like I'm jumping it. So last, he like said they pay ransom to the terrorists. We don't know what happened after, right? Baba came and he said, today, being Wednesday, the 29th of December, 2021, I, Surajo Saidu, Sokoto, have dumped the Buhariya. That's the Hausa coinage for Buhari supporters, okay? Buhariya. I call them Buhari idiots, all right? Or Buhari Dins, or Buhari Diderins, you know, bunch of loonies. So, he said, today, 29th of blah, 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 I dumped the Buhariya team and I've now joined the Kwankwasiya, which is for Kwankwanso team, because bandits abducted my 5 siblings and I posted it several times, but we paid the ransom money and none of them helped me. For my show. All of you watching me right now, do shouting swagger, swagger. I will use your story to warn other mumu like you when Nigeria happened to you. Chele stupid. Just wait for it. Kwakwanso is a PDP governor who wants to be president. Former PDP, former Kano governor, senator now, who want to be president in 2023. But you see this same Sorajo, right? He said, way back in, what do you call it? His recent post, so even after they kidnapped his family members, yeah, on the 27th of December, he posted a picture of President Buhari. I feel happy whenever I see picture of Baba Buhari smiling. Even if insecurity will lead to our death in the north, we will never leave Buhari. We will continue to follow him and be patient until when God bring an end to the issue. We know that a responsible person like Buhari can never cheat us, his kinsmen. In history, I'm the most maligned Buhari supporter whose parents are carelessly insulted on social media by Buhari's critics. He posted in another, you see, Loma end in tears. Pretend that you are immune from it. Pretend that this will not touch you. Now everybody will touch. Go touch everybody. Get what I mean now? Because as I was told today as well, they said MC Olueran is in Tosu. Well, I don't know if he's the one in Tosu with the Oba of Oshodi. But you remember back then when no be Paso, it was Paso. Oba Oshodi, MC lo wa nibe. You remember? Many people grew up and they said there's Oba Oshodi or Baba MC Oba Oshodi. People said the whole thing don't come real now. Some people said MC Oluomo should be the king, Oba of Oshodi. Some said, calm down, MC, Senator MC, to become come on, maybe later. Controversy shot day now. You see those ones will now be the Afobaje or Idili Oba in Oshodi. I don't even know if there is Idili Oba in Oshodi. But you know that some of the Oba Ekos, they are Tifnumbu's Obas. He created most of them. Funny, other. I'm not, see, Kabiesi, I'm not trying to disrespect you. Natif Numbu disrespected our culture, created all this funny one, and then made former pickpockets, former police officer, the Oba of Lagos. You know how that has worked so far for the traditional stool of Lagos State. I'm talking about Oba Lagoon, Akinolu. So Kabiesi, no vexo, na Tifnumbu. Disgrace tradition make you Oba. But as we speak now, Sha, they say some people are now saying if MC want to be Oba of Oshodi, who is going to say no? Do you get what I mean now? So that too, something like gossip, but it's a serious thing because the people they are already saying people should protect them from MC Oluomo so that he doesn't have to kill them. They are scared. But MC Oluomo himself hasn't said anything. Like he hasn't uttered a word. So if tomorrow you see MC Oluomo with crown, I don't know, Oloshodi of Oshodi. I be Oloshi of Oshodi, I don't know. Sorry, Oshodi people, what is the name of your king when you finally crown one? Oloshodi of Oshodi, I be na Oloshi of Oshodi. Wherever it is. That's part of democracy anyway, of what we have become as a people. Cash and carry. And that's something that some of us are trying to reject, psychologically reject. So we don't we don't remain in that position whereby rogues, criminals are always going to be they have always been your lawmakers, the decision makers, and the rest of that. I know that's the only thing some of you will pick from what I said. Oloshi of Oshodi. I've said many other things. Traditionally, all this whole thing, Oshodi people as we speak right now, they are trying to make sure that there's no bloodbath. But the only thing all of you pick from that is Oloshi of Oshodi. Oloshodi of Oshodi, just use that. Or Olosho of Oshodi. I don't even know if that makes sense. But whatever it is, may they not kill people. That's what we are trying to say. Killing. It's because of what? Do you get what I mean now? So it's just an advice. In that part. There's also one thing I want to tell you. I mean, normally I've spoken on it many times, but there's this new discovery, and I think I should add it to it for all of you before I start taking calls. Okay, I know I'm completely out of my time now. Maybe not completely out of my time because I'm the one who dictates my time. But however, I'm going to quickly read it up for you. So what am I saying? I've told you that Nigeria want to borrow about $4.5 billion to construct rail line from they say from Kano to Maradi in Niger Republic. Now, Nigeria, who once had what they call the yellow lane, where they're going to link Lagos to Calabar, Lagos to Port Harcourt, Lagos to Enugu, then Lagos to Kano, and all this kind of network. They drew the map. Then you remember yellow. Let me see if I still have it here. Yellow map. They call it. You cannot waste your time. Now, from that yellow map, which should be the national plan of Nigeria on how to connect all the rails in Nigeria, then improved on that, standardize it, get it better, create jobs and all of that. Amechi decided to go and build rail line from there for them in Niger Republic. Do you know that in Africa, you have French-speaking Africa countries? You have English-speaking African countries? Do you also know that in French-speaking African countries, they use one currency, which central bank is in France? They call it franc, right? Franc. That is the currency you will see in Cameroon, the currency you will see in Niger Republic, the currency you will see in Senegal, the currency you will see in every French speaking, including Cotonou, Benin Republic. You will see them with franc, not euros. Because you see that they are, as we know, you see all these French-speaking African countries. Because France might have given them independence But they are not really independent in Africa. They are not. This is why. There are some arrangements that France will continue to oversee the development of all this French-speaking Africa. And in fact, they are going to make them feel like Europe, where they are going to link them together by whatever means, economically and what have you. So that's why the one currency. Una they follow? Good. So they now decided to build what they call the blue line, a rail line that is going to cut across all of the French-speaking countries in Africa. But Baba, when they drew the map, then come on to Nigeria Republic, they are so poor, they are so broke, they are so mismanaged. That is where Buhari comes from. Buhari's Baba, that's where it comes from. Nigeria Republic. So they omitted them. When these French African countries trade, they trade together. Are you with me? But Niger, I don't know why I don't know. Maybe they know say now Buhari people, as usual, they know they build now to destroy you. They say who meet Niger Republic. So when Buhari came in, do you know that Niger Republic in the entire Africa is the only country without rail line at all? Do you know that? Somebody said, I know that, Maiyegun, what are you get to the point? Baba, just leave me alone. If I don't pronounce the franc, some say France. I don't know. I just pronounce it the way I see it. What is it they call them? French franc or franc. I don't know. So when Buhari came in, Nigeria decided to go and borrow money that Nigerians will pay for in order to build Niger Republic, their first train. And they say Buhari is dead serious about it. Once they start collecting the tranches of the 12 trillion next year, you're going to see them posting pictures of Kano to Maradi rail line. So it started making sense. Thank you, Jare Zeke. It's not my language. So if I say frank, una know what I'm talking about. So you shall get on. Do you get it? As long as you get what I'm talking about, that's what that matters anyway. So yeah. Nigeria is going to build the Niger Republic, their first railway. Even France, that colonized them, they don't give a damn about them. But since Buhari came, they took your money. Listen, they took your money to go and develop a private refinery in Niger Republic, so that when they drill oil in Niger Delta or in Nigeria, they now have to build a $6.9 billion pipeline. Westline something project. Listen to this. They go on there to borrow money to construct pipeline, to take crude oil from Niger Delta, to take it straight to Niger Republic, where they can now refine the products there, bring it back to Nigeria, and then pay subsidy to the people bringing the fuel. Like, it's making sense now. Like, you ask yourself, why are they so heartless and cold towards the people they should care for? Why is the poverty increasing? What are their priorities? Now you know why. And you know one thing? French African countries, they would never do real business with English African countries. Never. It has never happened. The entire Niger Republic business with Nigeria is $1.2 billion, they have been told. Now, $1.2 billion is what they take from Nigeria. What do you get from Niger Republic? Cows. And the terrorists living in their Sahel deserts crossing over to Nigeria, claiming to be Fulanese and killing Nigerians as much as they can kill. That's what they give to Nigeria. That's what Nigeria get from Niger Republic. But Nigeria is going to put their people in debt, devalue their currency, just because they have to build a rail line for Niger Republic. Some say na mad country. It begin to make that sense. It's a pure mad hellhole. We'll get there. When our people begin to see it that way, who wants to live in a hellhole where lunatics are deciding for you and their decisions are continuing to shock you? Like, what the hell? What? Maiyegun, what? Baba, now so now where they lead you. And if you are listening to Wiri, wherever they lead you to, you have to live with it. Some people said, no, I will never live with that in Jesus' name. We need more than that. Action. Speak up. Stand up. Organize. Mobilize. Evangelize. Go into everywhere and talk to them about what liberty looks like. And tell them, because there's going to be a time that people are going to say, enough. You should be part of those that will make that happen. Educate them, the people. Enlightening them. Their fantasies, their bubbles are going to be busted, right? You're going to bust their bubbles. But it is necessary, bust their bubbles. Tell them the truth, the reality. Because one day, just one day, we're going to wake up. And people are going to be like, oh my God, I never expected this. Yes, you can be instrumental to that. I just thought I should tell you. I'll open the line now. Before I do that, my friends on Facebook, my friends on YouTube, take a minute. Like this video. Share it. When I get back, yeah? We will continue taking calls. The number is on your screen. I'll take a minute. So, hello there.
Hello, Maiyegun. This is UJ.
I know. Sorry for keeping you waiting, by the way. Yeah. Now you are live. Everybody can hear you. So, your name. Let's start with that.
My name is UJ, calling from London.
Did you say UJ?
Yes.
Okay, I'll start
from London.
From London. So you are my first caller.
Yes. Yes, I'll be following you for like as long as I know you. But I haven't been able. I just said, let me try, and it went one hand like that. Honestly, I'm happy.
I'm happy too.
I'm happy. Oh yeah, good.
Bless
I hope you are doing okay.
I'm trying. I'm surviving. That's the primary thing. I mean, I can't complain. Thank you for asking.
Yes, all Nigerians are just trying to be happy. We are not a happy people, but we are trying to. We are. I just want to thank you.
Thanks.
I really want to thank you all the good job you've been doing. I'm a Biafran, honestly. I wouldn't, there's so many things on our head. I can't say that by now, I don't know what I'm feeling, but I always see the good work we are doing, trying to unite us, trying to talk to people in parables, trying to tell, that it's not everything you can say openly here.
Not everything.
But our people don't want to understand. They don't want to understand. What they want now is that father. They're just interested in that. They're interested in father everywhere. I always see how you use indirectly talking to us, but honestly, we don't want to listen. But I know that when they're listening now, I can only tell Biafran. This saga going on everywhere. It's not helping anybody.
No.
It's not doing us any favor.
No.
Whether you are in the right place or you are the opposite or wherever you are, it's not helping us. Because what is coming up next is going to surprise everyone.
I know.
These people are working on the ground every day to make sure they nail us on the head. But my people don't want to listen. I don't know. You're the only program I do listen now. I don't listen to every other thing. But I want to encourage you, keep doing the good work.
I will.
It's only God can bless you for us.
Amen.
It's only God that can keep you for us.
Amen.
But all I know is that we will come out, we will all come out happy at the end of it.
Stronger, yes. We will come out stronger.
Yes.
And then without all of these challenges, maybe the victory will not even be sweeter without all these challenges.
Yes. I'm happy that what is happening in Imo State today, it's going to take them backwards like million steps back.
That's right.
What Gabashewa and their colleagues have achieved is going to take them back. When you are fighting children of God, we are innocent people.
Yes.
We are indigenous people.
That's right.
We are talking about these people now. Building very well to the Malaji or wherever they call that. What stopped these people to include there are some things they can even give eastern part of Nigeria. Little what these eastern people are just crying for. It's just inclusive.
You know what somebody told me, UJ. You know what somebody told me, UJ. UJ.
Yeah.
You know what somebody told me about the Biafrans? They said everyone that has stood up and still standing up for Biafra to leave Nigeria, they have a very justifiable cause because Nigeria has not given the Igbos the reason not want to leave. That there is nothing that will make Igbos feel like, okay, maybe for this. At least look at this now.
Yeah.
Look at that.
How can you just beat a child at the same time you tell the child not to cry? Who does that?
Doesn't work.
Nobody.
No.
How can this very well? Do you see how they just avoid anything concerning? I mean the particular southeastern Nigeria.
And it is deliberate.
It's deliberate. They don't want this government. Honestly, sometimes I shed tears. I say, what did we do wrong?
Nothing. No.
Where did we offend these people? And that's when they captured this our leader. Honestly, if I tell you, many of us feel like we are helpless.
I know.
We are helpless, and see the whole thing's going on. It seems we are not going. It just brings more.
Yeah, it sort of brings more confusion. Like there's no one to whip everybody to line and say, "Hey, you stop," and everybody will just be like, "Okay, yeah, we have stopped. Oh yeah, let's all be together now."
Yes,
that may seem missing, right?
Yes.
But the more we talk about this, the more people are going to reason with us that it's not going to pay anybody. It's not going to help anyone. Except to go back to where we are before, which is the togetherness, the bonding, the networking, the mobilization, all those stuff.
Yeah, honestly, that's what I saw you doing, and I was very happy about it.
God bless you.
Thank you for uniting us. And whenever you have opportunity to talk to Showore, please thank Sahara Reporter for us. In as much as People don't know what that newspaper is doing for us.
The expose.
Without Sahara reporter, you don't know what. No other media is carrying atrocity of Nigerian military.
No.
It's this Sahara reporter. And my Biafran people don't understand sometimes. Any day he put out something about us, you go there and fight dirty. It's not done that way. What are the ones that favor you? Why not appreciate that guy for once?
Emotion over common sense. Emotion over common sense, yes. UJ. Well,
yes.
I see that all the time.
Yes. I honestly, every day I say, thank God for sure for putting out all these things. Even if Western report, like if they don't believe his report, at least they believe it like 50%. Because they knew, other media has been bought. This guy is in Abuja, everywhere his life is at stake. He keeps on fighting. Oh,
thank you, UJ. Thank you.
I don't want to keep you forever.
No, I can talk to you forever. Yes, if other people are not going to be offended.
Yes, honestly, this is like after 2 years I've been trying.
Bless you. I'm glad you made it tonight. Stay safe and compliment of the season to you, by the way.
Yeah, and you too. Happy New Year.
And Happy New Year to you. Bye-bye. Cheers, bye.
Bye.
Oh, I love women. Especially, I don't know, I just feel like somehow if I have this power, I'll let women lead. It will make a difference, honestly. Hello.
Hello. Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear, sir. Sorry, your name?
My name is Akin from Houston.
Akin from Houston, sir. You are live.
Thank you very much, Maiyegun, and thank you for everything that you have been doing.
Thank you, sir.
It's been helping a lot.
Thanks.
One thing that I've not seen you analyze in respect to the train you have mentioned today.
Yep.
Connecting it with Buhari refusing people to do electronic voting as well. That train is meant to cutting people from the Niger Republic, so that during election, you'll be seeing 6 million votes from Katsina, 10 million votes from Kano. This is the main agenda. Because you can ask yourself, why is it that this
you know why I will agree with you on that part, sir? You know why I'm going to agree with you on that part is that, some people have been saying that Niger Republic is the 37th state of Nigeria. Politicians, governors from Zamfara, from all these northern states, they go to Niger Republic, right, to donate vehicles, transformers, borehole, like they do in Nigeria. They do that in Niger Republic with Nigeria money. So you are not far from the truth, sir. Go on.
Yeah. When I read what Harold Wilson said about how British gave the North 55 million, despite the fact that Southwest, not counting Lagos, has the highest population before it depended, just for the power bid.
That's right.
And this, you can ask yourself, why is Buhari borrowing money to build a train? What is the economic activity that they have in the gate that will warrant? That money can never be paid back in the next 100 years. No. There is nothing, any activity that will justify building that kind of train for the next 100 years. But the agenda, the reason why they will do everything to make sure that train is running is to cut in people during election and to be using them to vote. And this is the agenda. And that's why you will soon hear in Kano that they will be delivering 10 million votes, this 5 million votes.
It's going to be all about votes.
It's all about votes. And we need, hopefully, I don't know, of course, they are going to put their tour to take over from these people. The only thing for us, I don't care if they want to be doing that in the north.
Yeah.
Even though the outside seems not to be happy with what the Fulanis are doing as well. I think the only option out of this is either we get our country, Yoruba nation, to which I'm for, and solidly behind Igbo and the rest of the people that want to go.
Good.
But, we should go back to what brought Nigeria together.
I
There
mean,
was never
some people said, sir, sorry to cut you short, sir, right? Some said that if oil was the reason why the North continued to cling on to one Nigeria that is not working for everyone, that now that they found oil, right, that in the next couple of years, even if people who don't generally agree that Nigeria should break up, majority of people believe that this current one is not working. It should be rearranged in a way that people can handle their own affairs. So there could be self-determination, self-rule before a final breakup. Do you kind of believe that?
I work for one of the oil major companies who is going to go and invest his money. I work in Houston with one of the big major oil companies.
Right,
who is going to go and invest his money in the northern part of Nigeria? Who?
That's a big
that
question.
Person will be so stupid. Because everybody is decarbonizing right now, investing on gas and solar and wind and all that. All the big oil companies, Shell is doing the same.
Right.
ExxonMobil, BP, every one of them are doing this. Now then you find oil. I think one people have not understood is that the opportunity that Nigeria has missed with wasting all our resources at this time. In the next 20 years, our case will be worse than Rwanda if we don't break that contraception for Nigeria. It will be worse than Rwanda because no money is going to be coming. This oil galore, oil bloom is going to become oil doom very soon because we are not preparing. We keep borrowing money that we cannot pay, and then they will start. China will soon take our airport. They will even take us around very soon too. China, because we will not be able to pay them anything.
Sir, do you know what I read today? Do you know what I read there online today? They said from all those the agreements of all the loans China is giving to Nigeria, right? There's this clause there where if Nigeria is seeking debt forgiveness from Paris Club from all over the world, they can never seek for debt forgiveness for China loan. Nobody can come from anywhere and tell China to forgive Nigeria loan, and Nigeria signed that. That is the clause. Even if the rest of them forgive Nigeria.
China has already taken Uganda airport, so we are not talking about things that they have not done before. So this is what is going to happen to Nigeria. So and basically, we let this when you see the Nigeria history, you find out every time Fulani come there, they will come and steal a lot of debt.
That's right.
And maybe a Southerner come there, will come and pay back those debts. And that's been a cycle and that we've been facing in the country all along. But and let everybody be clear. Why are they closing Benin Republic border and they are opening the jail and building trains to transfer more people that have no economic connection to Nigeria? And this is the issue. And go and look at the history of a lot of the leaders in the country.
Yeah,
there is a claim that Abacha is from Nigeria Republic. I will not be surprised if more investigation is done that Buhari is from there as well.
Oh, so don't be surprised. His father is from Nigeria Republic. There's a community there, and I'm going to get the name and start telling people exact place his father comes from in Nigeria Republic. He's always from Nigeria.
When they are telling you that Fulani everywhere are citizens of Nigeria, they know what it means. And this is it. And it means they all can vote in Nigeria.
Yes.
So basically, it's to maintain their power base over the country.
And Buhari has refused to sign the Electoral Act too. Yeah. So, which means, facts is all done for. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you very much. There are a lot of things to say.
I know.
Because before I go, I will mention one more point.
Quickly, sir.
A speech that Buhari granted in Zaria, where he said that he has come to fulfill Udmada Fudio dream.
Yes.
And this is what we are saying, being shown to all of us. So if anybody still supporting one Nigeria, is just deceiving themselves. They are supporting what is called Fulani Nigeria. It's Fulani first, Fulani second, Fulani third. So if you want to become a slave in your country, continue to support this government. But if you want your freedom and you want to be able to determine the future for yourself and for your children, it is time that we split this contraception. I don't have more than that for
God
tonight.
bless
Thank you
you,
very
sir.
much.
It's so much enough. The one you dropped with us tonight. It's been a pleasure. You have a good one, sir. Yes, sir. So I have another caller. Hello, sir.
Yeah. How you been, Maiyegun?
I am well, Baba. How are you?
No bad. Good evening.
Good evening to you. Your name, for the sake of our listeners.
TJ from Plumstead.
TJ from Plumstead. Now you are live, please.
Yeah.
People can hear you.
Maiyegun.
Yes, sir.
I need to say a few things.
Please.
The first thing is unknown gunmen. Everybody should know who unknown gunmen is. You don't have to go and look for a dictionary or Google it. It's the government. Aso Rock is unknown gunmen. If they had killed Osha, they would have denied going to the house.
That's right.
So all this one that Okorocha is coming out and backing and all that, they are all in the same home. You understand?
I'm with you.
They know each other very well. So you see, I said something a long time ago that when these agitators get to a certain stage, some politicians will join, they will come along. That is where everything is going to hold water. They will help us. Don't forget about them for now. When they start holding them, they will start fighting each other and they will fall back.
Right.
You see? And then secondly, Maiyegun, you and you are going to fight for this. Your dad from Abeokuta.
My dad.
Your dad from Abeokuta, OBJ.
Oh, my guy from Abeokuta. Oh, right. Oh, yeah. Fire.
No. I mean your dad, your father, OBJ from Abeokuta. You know I'm from
because
Abeokuta.
My father is from Ijebu-Igbo, and I'm not going to, it's so hard for me to begin to say, but I know my dad. I mean, my mom told me he's from Ijebu-Igbo. I have been there. I have, you know what I mean? Like, but when you say your dad from Abeokuta, I'm like, okay, now you got me there. But one thing is this, we will just use OBJ so that me and you will not be having this confusion.
Okay.
It's not my dad.
Okay.
It won't be
okay, now let me tell you one thing. OBJ, all the blood that OBJ has sucked, everything is coming after him now. If you look at the way it's been going on recently, he had a meeting with some people, with some bandits. He referred to X-Men and the bandits and the terrorists. He referred to them as naughty boys. How can you, as a refer to killers as naughty boys because he's a killer himself? You understand?
I'm with you.
He went further. He said, "Don't expect any more from Buhari. That Buhari has done his best. If you want more for Buhari, it's like you are kicking a dead horse." And, I read his body language. Is this man trying to overthrow or planning a coup? Because that's an hate speech from a statesman.
Please explain. Go on.
The reason I'm saying all this is, if it's me and you, and say we are in channel television, I will make such statements. They're going to caution us.
Or arrest us. OBJ as a statesman knew what he was doing. That's one side. I don't know why he has it because his body language is somebody that is planning a coup or is organizing it already. Secondly, he went after Clark about a couple of days ago. Yep.
He said all the oil in Niger Delta belongs to Nigeria.
Like, how
this
convenient do they always make those utterances, by the way? I mean, Buhari put something together that says for artisanals, right? All the good from Zamfara belong to the north. Guess what again?
You understand?
The gold that is in
OBJ is trying to rule. The OBJ is trying to rule. It doesn't have any post in the government. So, making all these statements, what is he trying to do?
It's up to something.
Does he want to run for an election again or what?
But is that not what he does all the time? I mean, since 2007, is that not what he does? He's always the one who will tell you this person is next, give the backing. Then within a year or two, he will start fighting the person, start writing letters, start telling Nigerians that another person is the best. You know, it's always been like that.
You understand? And for me to round it off, after he made that statement, look what Babangida did. Babangida supported what you call the Oshibaju. And Buhari is sitting down there keeping quiet. And if it's just imagine if it's an ordinary man that is doing all this, they need to call them and interrogate them.
Thank you so much, TJ.
I hope I'm making points.
I got all your points. I mean, it's clear enough. Thank you.
He can't be taking everybody for fool. How can you stand in front of his national television and start creating a president? You that you have ruled the country for about 13 years.
And you failed.
So you are telling us we are all the fool that we allow an illiterate to lead us, and you are expecting more from an illiterate who doesn't have a certificate.
TJ, thank you so much. All right.
Thank you.
So I'm going to take another one, just as the night continue to wind down. So yeah, I have here a veteran in the Temple of Truth, Elder Olaoluwa, if I'm not wrong. Hello.
Yeah.
Elder.
Hello.
How are you, sir?
How do you go?
Daniel, you are live already. So please make it brief so that we can manage the time, sir. Right? So you are live.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, I just have one very good important information for one Nigerian people.
Please.
Tonight. So for everybody to have a rethink, because all these criminal polluting the political space in Nigeria, they are very dangerous and they are hiding the truth.
Yeah.
So, and the truth, one truth is this. And the reason why I want to say this truth is this, right? Because many people, because we need to clarify a lot of things. Many people think, oh, there's APC, there's whatever. There's no difference with the PDP and APC.
No,
there are two of them. They are from the same father, but bearing different names.
That is right.
Now, the information is this, which is very. When I finish this information, now, Maiyegun, maybe you haven't know about it. Go on the internet and check and verify, because I don't say what I don't know.
Sure.
Right. Now, in 2010, when Egbere Jonathan was in power, so they connected him, that lady, that crook in London, what do you call her?
Which one?
The minister of
Zani.
Zani Madueke. And the Agberu lawyer, which was the Attorney General Adoke. I think it's Adoke.
No, I remember.
Yeah, that team, that big team. What it does is this: they went to have an arrangement with one criminal company in Ireland. Okay, so that company is called. Sorry, let me, because I want to give the exact figure and the real information to Nigerians, so that they can know what they are waiting for. All right. Now, the name of the company is called the Process and Industrial, whatever they call them. It's called P. 1 second, please, because we need to, because this is very
because
important.
Of our time. Maybe you will have to tell us about this some other time because of our time. You get what I mean? I want you to take it properly.
Let me quickly make it brief. Yeah,
please,
let me quickly make it brief. What
I've only got 5 minutes to go. You know.
Yeah. So in fact, in 2010, so Jonathan, they have an agreement with this company, to set up a refinery, gas refinery.
Okay.
To be precisely in a Cross River State. Okay, so the arrangement with that company is that company will process gas for us for 20 years, and Nigeria will supply them raw gas.
Natural gas. Mm-hmm.
So the liquid natural gas, and then the products, I think it's about 3 products coming out of it. That company will take 2, then they will give us the refined gas to power our energy and industries and so on.
Mm-hmm.
So now but the crooks, the Nigerians people that made the agreement, within that agreement they made a clause. They call it they make the clause of habitat. Okay, with it, and they know that the headquarters of the Court of Arbitrary is in London and New York. So what happened is that now the agreement broke. Those guys went to the Court of Arbitrary in London. So when Buhari come into power, as usual, they forget about that thing. They don't even want to respond.
It's like they breached the contract with those companies.
Oh yeah, Jonathan. No, let's clear it. Before Jonathan left, they breached the contract.
Jonathan himself, Jonathan Adoke, and the rest of them, they've already breached the contract.
It's in court. But when Buhari and this Attorney General came now, they ignore it. So then they
go on, sir.
Yes, then they pronounce the case in London. When they pronounced the case in London, the actual contract was $6.6 billion. Okay? So when they pronounced now, they now said Nigeria should pay that money because we break the contract. So Nigeria ignore it. Okay? Until when it becomes 2013, so when on 2013, that $6.6 billion now accruing to become $10 billion. So now last year, Buhari and this this Malami. Now they now respond to the matter because those companies wanted to start selling our assets and even withdraw money from our foreign reserve.
That's right.
So now, Malami now run to London last 6 months. These 6 months. Okay.
To stop
because
the court proceeding.
So they call it a state of executions. The court in London say for Nigeria for Nigeria to stop them, not to start selling our assets or go and withdraw the money from the foreign reserve. So now they said we should bring $800 million. Adopt within 2 weeks. This man Malami quickly last 6 months they bring $800 million. To the court in London. What I wanted to say to the arbitrary courts in London, for me not to prolong the matter, that money has accrued now to around $15 billion. Okay, and the case is there.
I know.
So Nigeria trying to happy, so the case gets whatever now. So when
Nigeria
they come out,
I think I know about the case.
So when we pay the appeal now, they will go and withdraw our money or seize all our assets in the world. So anybody that is waiting for Nigeria, 15 billion from the 27 billion from the reserve, whatever, Nigeria collapse. That's what I wanted to say.
So that's something that people should also have in mind. What could hit them like a thunderbolt in 2022? I know about it.
We are in serious trouble.
God bless you, sir. Thank you so much, sir. For bringing that back, because most of what we did tonight, sir, is to bring some sort of refreshment back to how did we come by the unknown gunmen. You see, that particular one you just raised now is an economic disaster. That if it should come or become something they want to affect the execution of such judgment, you can bet it. Nigeria will be done for. Nigeria is on our nails now. Nigeria will be on our bellies if such is ever confiscated from Nigeria. So let people have that in mind, so they won't say that devil bring them poverty in 2022. Thank you so much, sir. You have a good one.
Okay. Yes. Thank you.
I have one last caller. Okay.
Hello, my brother.
Hello, ma. How are you?
Yes, I'm blessed. And you, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year in advance.
Merry Christmas to you, ma. And Happy New Year in advance as well.
Oh.
You are alive.
Oh, to be honest with you, let me start with Okorocha. Okorocha is crying because they kidnapped his in-law. What is Okorocha's problem? Why is he crying up and down? Okorocha was part of the problem that we are all facing today.
That is right.
It's like you said, your chief is different from my chief. They are all in it together.
That's right.
Since Uzordima has been killing his people for the Fulani, King Okorocha. So, has any one of them said anything?
Absolute nothing.
No. They kept mute because my criminal is different from your criminal.
And
they are all in it together.
Now those people where they feel good and they kill, it's none of our distance. We are safe from it. Nobody is safe from the madness going on in Nigeria. Whether you are rich or poor, whether you are powerful or powerless, whether you are religious or not religious.
I wish they kidnap Okorocha himself and teach him a lesson or one or two lessons as well. Because when they kidnap his son-in-law, he was making gra. And what about all the innocent people they've been killing in Southeast? What gra village?
One by one.
Now breakfast, then go chop up.
Everyone will have his own breakfast. We are going to chop it differently, and then we're going to be served differently. But when it gets to everybody's turn, well.
And people that still believe in one Nigeria, I pity them. To be honest, because every time you hear what is going on and what is likely to be for the country, you just wonder, why people still believe in one Nigeria? To be honest, a lot of people have been killed. The level of insecurity is high. No one is doing anything to stop it or curtail it.
They're making money from it.
Because everybody is making money from it.
And the
country too much, man. And the country is going up and down borrowing money. Using the Southwest asset as a collateral. Come on.
You know one thing,
At the end of the day,
somebody told me, somebody told me, and he said that, you see, the physical killing of people, which is horrendous, which is indeed terrible. If we pay attention to the economic jihad, the hunger that is deliberate, the economic power that it took away from millions of people, that has now subjected people to a complete, just existing for the existence sake. They said that one is even worse than those that are shot, killed, right, physically. And I believe that, man, because the level of the poverty will increase. You just mentioned the borrowing now. What would they be expecting next year with this mass borrowing?
Thank you. And they are still borrowing. And the worst is they want to privatize the airport. But aren't people smelling something?
Maybe not.
Smell what is cooking. They are not doing this to profit anybody.
No.
They are doing it to profit somebody, which is me, myself, and my friends.
That is right. Hi, myself, and me.
They sold the electricity. What do you call their Sego, whatever, to
Genco.
Private company.
Yeah, they say Genco. You see, the word that they have a Genco. They have the distribution Disco. So Disco, those ones are the ones that distribute electricity. Genco, those ones are the ones that generate electricity. Between the two of them, they turn Nigeria to the darkness capital of the world. No joke.
And see where they are today. Even if they don't use electricity, they still bring you bill.
They do.
If you use electricity, you enter one chance bus. So now the airport, they want every country. Nigeria has no aircraft. The only thing left is the airport. Which airport are they planning to sell? I'm sure it's Muritala Mohammed Airport.
It must be the one that is viable, that can pay some money. Muritala Abuja Airport.
That's it. And Yoruba, some Yoruba still believe in one Nigeria. Can't they just wake up? And if you see, one thing I was telling a friend yesterday, that if you see the traces of those that have been killed in Yoruba land, from Awolowo to Ebunoswe, you will see those are the people that mentioned the freedom of Yorubas.
That's right.
anyone that mentions Yoruba freedom, they go after them. They become a target. And how many Northerners has been killed for the sake of Nigeria? And that Baba Yabo comes online to tell us, I am more Nigerian than Yoruba. Who cares about him? The man is not speaking for Yoruba, he's speaking for himself. We all know him. We know where he stands. We know what he has done when he was there. Yoruba.
And we also know why, ma. We know why he will continue to defend Nigeria. We know why they made Yoruba poorer. Even when he was there, spending 11 solid years, 3 years for Muritala time, and then 8 years as civilian president, Yoruba became poorer. That's a fact. And we know why he will continue to defend Nigeria. Because Nigeria, when Yorubas became poorer, Obasanjo became multi-billionaire. Let's also say the fact, man.
That's it. And look, wait and see this so-called swagger. For goodness sake. The man took possession of the whole Lagos. And some idiots are still saying, swagger 22, 23. May swagger their face.
By the grace of God. May swagger bogey them there. They say swagger kill you there. Or you say swagger bogey you there. Yes, ma, I'm with you.
Because this is not to the benefit of anybody.
Absolutely
It's not to the benefit of Nigerians. It's not to the benefit of Yorubas. Nigerian is already in debt. They cannot even pay the debt they owe. China has already taken over. The only solution is to break that country because China knows what they are putting themselves into. In 2022, 2023, in this 24th century, a country deliberately enslaving in some people. So the so-called racists, the Chinese are not so friendly. People think the Chinese are friendly. See what they did in Abuja. They already started telling the Yorubas, the Nigerians, don't come into this shop. And people still say, oh, we fight them to colonize us. When they colonize them, only God will save them.
I beg, see, until the Yorubas leave, ma, yeah? If there's anything we should all be preparing for, because this whole thing don't they look scary now, yeah? We should all go and learn Mandarin or Kantose. I'll be waiting the column. So that when we go to Nigeria and you want to, you want to enter train, you will need to be able to say, you know what I mean? And then even until we finally get ourselves out, because we are going to get into that log jam. Some people don't believe it's going to ever happen. Just like so many people never believe that Fulani will have the audacity, the effrontery, the courage to come to Yoruba land and kidnap Yoruba people, not to talk of Yoruba Obas. They did, and they got away with it.
And you can see their game. Do you see their game? They are moving their youth down south in masses.
Obviously.
I told somebody yesterday, I said, this is not for today. Don't look at what is going on now. This is for the future.
It's like a long game. As they say they love to play long game, and they can wait.
It is for the future. For centuries. Before you know it, their youth will now take over the whole country. And I'm happy that it's going on now. Our youth are more educated. They know about the rights of Yorubas. I know they will fight it out when the time comes. But that is a long game plan. It's not now.
No.
And I'm sure my brother,
thank you so much, ma, again for turning up tonight. Okay, so you are going to be, you've been my last caller anyway because of our time. Many other people are trying. Some people feels like maybe I deliberately just don't take their calls. No, I do this from my home, and I've got family, a young family that goes to bed, that should be in bed by now. Somebody's time is being stolen as I'm sitting down here. I would love to sit with you for longer. Maybe when I make more money and I get a bigger house, I can sit in one room and sit with all of you all day. Well, it doesn't work that way. It's been a great pleasure. Some of you are still going to work tomorrow, while some of you are currently at work. Whatever it is, we have done a bit to enlighten ourselves. If you are just joining me, do one thing, right? watch this video all over again, okay? If you enjoyed this conversation so far, like that video if you haven't already. Because when I come next time, you're likely going to have something more interesting to discuss about. Don't let me give you a recap. Watch the video all over again. And I'm going to see you some other time. Good night from here.
Súnrakì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ Súnrakì. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀ Súnrakì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀ Súnrakì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀ Súnrakì. Maiyegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Àní ẹ̀ Súnrakì. Maiyegun ti dé. Bíjó ìgbádìyẹ. Àní ẹ̀ Súnrakì. Maiyegun ti dé. Pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Àní ẹ̀ Súnrakì. Maiyegun ti dé. Bí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Àní ẹ̀ Súnrakì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá tí ń gba rìbá. Àní ẹ̀ Súnrakì. Maiyegun ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Àní ẹ̀ Súnrakì. Maiyegun ti dé. Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú. Àní ẹ̀ Súnrakì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ Súnrakì. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀ Súnrakì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ Súnrakì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ Súnrakì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ Súnrakì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ Súnrakì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀. Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ Súnrakì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ Súnrakì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran. Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣà ìtú wọn síta.